This is the Ridley Kanzo Fast. This is Ridley's answer to aerodynamic racing gravel bikes that are kind of all the rage at the moment in the gravel racing scene. This bike is packed with features that are associated with the name, Fast. It's an aerodynamic fast bike. So let's start off by having a look at the different features that this bike has. Starting off with what Ridley call the F tubing. You've got these little indentations at the head tube which break up the wind as it goes onto the bike. They've done the same with the seat post and a couple of other integrations with aerodynamic thinking in mind. They've got these little tabs at the bottom of the fork and they've got really nice aerodynamic shaped tubing. So if you look at the front of the bike where the fork meets the head tube of the frame, it's really nice, seamless aerodynamic. And you also have this seat tube which is shaped to cover the back tire. Back tire clearance is 42 mil and they've really done a great job of using the frame shaping to take the tires, well especially the rear tire, out of the equation. The frame encapsulates the footprint of the rear tire against the wind. Ridley have also developed aerodynamically matched mudguards to the frame. So yes, when the mudguards are on, there's going to be a slight cost, but it's not going to feel like you're riding with a parachute like it normally does. Ridley have their own in-house wind tunnel that they use to develop these bikes and these tube profiles. Another feature of this bike is the aerodynamic G1 gravel bar. The bike seamlessly hides the cables into the frame. At the £5,000 price point, which this bike sits at, it comes with the carbon Levanto wheels that you see at the back here. The front is actually an aluminium wheel that you can spec on the cheaper version of the bike. We also have this lack of a front mech. There's no way of putting a front mech onto this bike, but it's actually much faster, and you can, if you want to, spec this bike with a classified hub from standard, and you can also sync a classified up with the SRAM group set as well as the Di2 GRX group set from Shimano. This bike starts at 3,200 with a more basic group set and a more basic wheel set, but you still get all of the core features of the frame. So what you're buying with this bike is really a well thought through aerodynamic fast geometry frame. This bike is a long aggressive bike which will help you get into a more aerodynamic position, but there's also some core features about the angles of this bike. They've steepened off the head tube and they've shortened down the chainstays to make this bike more responsive, and they've also laid the frame up in such a way that it feels much more direct when you put your foot down on the pedal and feel like you want the bike to travel forwards quickly. So there you go, that rounds up my technical review of the Ridley Kanzo Fast.